Hans Niemann, that is not a welcome sight, because regardless of whether he feels like he wants to get to the 3-1 portion levy, he's tilting. So you want the break. You want an opportunity to just refresh yourself. You know what I mean? So I think at this point, both the time control and the momentum are so in Lazavik's favor that this could be a real problem.
Oh, it's a huge problem. And look at the position. I mean, you're down 3 games. You came back from the first break. You lost every single game. And now you have to play this absurd pawn structure where there's no easy way to just make the draw. Like, there's no easy way to get total symmetry. Lazavik is full of confidence. Why would he want to draw? 4-game lead going into 3-1 is effectively over. The match is over before it even starts. So this is a horrible situation for Hans. Really, it's the worst situation he's been in the SCC, frankly. Like, Danny, he wasn't down 5-2 to Magnus.
I mean, okay, I think eventually he was in a worse situation against Magnus, but I hear you. You're definitely right that he was in a he was never in this spot against Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, a World Blitz champion, against Wesley So, a multiple-time SCC finalist. Just to quickly think of something for Wesley So's resume, like I need to. Hans was winning those 2 matches start to finish on his way to playing Magnus last year. And anyone who watched the first round this year knows that Hans Niemann dominated the former world champion Ding Liren. So this is the biggest challenge Hans Niemann has faced to date in the Speed Chess Championship. I agree.
But the good news is this is nothing for White. Like, Hans actually, this is, I don't know how much Denis was leaning into, just like not taking any risk, instead of putting the foot on the neck. But this is actually a perfect situation for Hans. Kind of a nothing game, doesn't change the score, make a draw, take a break.
Yep. In fact, now that I don't have a lot of chances to push, if I'm Lazavik, I'm actually happy just figuring out a way to get this game to be a draw, because you don't want to give your opponent, when they're tilting and reeling, more time to gather their thoughts. And at this point, this is a game that Hans Niemann is almost playing on autopilot. He's not even thinking about this game right now, Levy, right? He's in his own head in terms of how he writes the ship. And so if I'm Denis, I'm like, just trade. Let's get an endgame. I'll get you to a break so that I can get you back at the board. In fact, look at that. Denis agrees with the strategy. We are indeed headed to the 3-1 time control with Denis Lazavik carrying a 3-game